What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with another Dark Dimension 6 update video in regards to where I am right now, as well as how my preparation is going for the next section, being the global. So having said that, guys, let me give you a quick recap here. Where I am right now, having finished the first two nodes, is rank 686. So obviously hoping to build that rank up as I get higher and higher through these nodes. But I mean, this is just such a devastating gear requirement in terms of management of resources. So really buying my time, but making sure that I'm not rushing. After all, it is a marathon and not a sprint. Having said that, guys, let me just recap for you again. Here are my attempts. My first node was 6 attacks in total, utilizing the combination of Apocalypse, Val, Black Widow, Captain America, and Kang. And I really like the synergy of the 5 characters, because each and every one of them utilize a different trait, you know, that being mutant, mystic, skill, bio, and tech. And it was able to allow me to allocate my resources effectively as well. 3 out of those 5 characters are characters that are going with me to global, and the other 2 that's going to be joining me in cosmic. So I really like that balance. I highly urge and recommend you guys do the same, just because at the end of the day, you know, we're going to have to manage these effective resources to ensure that we do have a good flow of characters and so forth, and making sure that they are, you know, value, and not just bringing in characters just because you can, because otherwise it could be a sunk investment, especially given how steep these resources are. Having said that, guys, starting mission 3 here with global, that's kind of where I'm at right now in terms of preparation, right? I haven't started because I did want to take a chance here to actually reflect and talk about the 5 characters I am planning to bring in. And obviously you guys already know from my previous videos. If you are planning to follow along as well, I'll link the videos in the description below, so that way you guys can see my attacks and playthrough. But nodes 1, nodes 2, without a doubt, they were actually a lot more streamlined than I thought, largely due to the fact that Apocalypse and Val really did hold their own in terms of the nodes, and their synergy was huge. So we're not going to have that combination obviously starting with the global nodes here, but I did want to talk about the 3 that I have used. You know, Captain America, defense up, energy granting, stripping away positive buffs. I mean, I just loved his synergy as well. Black Widow, he's a must bring character, especially if you can bring him up as high as you possibly can. The fact that he's actually a raid character and part of that rebirth team just gives him a lot of value, and outside of Dark Dimension as well. But I mean, the buffs and reworks that's been done this year, this guy is just such a standard and very over the top tank in my honest opinion. Next up, we got Black Widow. I love the fact that she synergizes actually with Captain America as well, but having you know, the speed up that can apply to all team members, there's a chance, but the guaranteed obviously for Shield, Avengers, Kill Military, Infestation as well, having a handy stun when needed. You know, I love the fact that she was able to land this since her rework. You know, she's actually such an underrated character for Dark Dimension 6, and I can honestly say I really felt her presence. The rework and the buffs were huge on her. I love her basic that can also strip away the positive buffs and clearing it all, as well as copying and giving to herself. She gets some really good natural protection because of her special being stealth. So just honestly an all-around great character for value, and very cheap to bring in as well. And being in that lower slot of skill gear, this is definitely one of the more notable underdogs that I've seen so far, especially in the first 2 nodes that I've been using her. And then lastly, guys, you know, I'm one of the few content creators that's actually brought in a baby Apocalypse, but I cannot you know, give you enough credit here for Apocalypse in terms of how much and how pivotal he has been. Yes, big boy Apocalypse is night and day from the small unlocked Apocalypse here, but you know, he has been the true MVP when combined with Val. Partially, I think a lot of folks didn't realize that his abilities reset with every time he dies. So I mean, you can actually go ahead and use his special and use his ultimate, do almost a one-shot in terms of the empowered state, and you can actually get that reset after each attempt. So I think it was absolutely huge. You know, it's not the, you know, 60% of HP is still a huge notable portion of the enemy, as well healing himself. And as well, something that's been underrated with Apocalypse, even though he doesn't have his full abilities, is the fact that his special, you know, it's a good heal that actually does get applied to the full team. You know, I really like that aspect, especially when he can cleanse negatives from himself. He's actually able to, you know, distribute HP to the team, and it does it equally as well. So I think that's absolutely huge. He gives himself buffs. Honestly, just a great character. Even with him not being fully unlocked, he has been hands down with Val the MVPs for the first 2 nodes. highly recommend, guys. So those are my 3 that I'm already bringing in with the value brought in. So that leaves me now with my next 2 that I am bringing up. So you can already see visually here, Captain Carter here is already gear tier level 18. She's ready to go. I actually upgraded her today. I'm trying to bring her up as high as possible, maybe potentially even getting that 6 red in the elite store. But the reason she's coming on board, guys, is because she's going to essentially emulate what Val did. You know, although she doesn't benefit the entire team entirely, even though she's a support role, I'm still using the ISO 8 healer on her, so that way she is going to be applying heals. But really, her job is going to be providing support for Captain America. I already stressed how powerful Captain America's been, and he's definitely been shouldering a lot of the damage, you know, and he goes down without a doubt. Right, he's gonna die, but you know, the fact that she can revive him is absolutely huge, guys. Her special, Acrobatic Justice, not just, you know, being able to grant deflect, counters, and death proof, but as well healing yourself and rebirth allies for 20% and reviving them back with a 60% HP. And this happens even outside of raids, guys, so that's absolutely huge. If there's no rebirth characters or revive, she does extend her positive buffs to herself, and obviously she does damage as well. Her ultimate ability, very similar in terms of the special, being able to provide the buffs, but instead now she's going to be cleansing negative effects from herself and rebirth and all allies. You can see here that as well in raids is where this ability truly shines because it has safeguard. But I mean, more or less, regardless, in Dark Dimension 6, she's going to have value because she's going to be providing it directly to Captain America. And I think she's just a great character, as I said already, with the Rebirth team being in the raid meta. I think this team hopefully should stay put for a little while, but that's why I had no hesitance to bring her up. Her passive as well, also benefiting the Rebirth allies, giving them a chance to apply assist, block chance, and so forth. So I like how all this extra buff actually does apply even outside raids. You can see armor, additional HP. She's just gonna make Captain America an all-around better character, and that's why she's a must-have, guys, in my honest opinion, right? Like, again, this is kind of what works for my team. If you are planning to bring in Captain America for global, it really does make sense to combine him with Captain Carter, just because she ultimately makes him a better version. And then lastly, if you guys do plan to bring up the abilities here, I T4'd it, but you know, she can apply some additional regen as well, and it does actually apply to Ninja Ally as well. So you know, she can provide a little bit of value here and there, but at the end of the day, obviously the true benefactor is going to be Captain America, so that worked out for me. Last but not least, guys, I noticed that my team is lacking healing, but at the end of the day, we're going to slug through with Apocalypse. Essentially, he's going to be the main character. Everyone is a supporting cast, so I figured, why the heck not? We got Nemesis here on the sidelines. He's almost ready to go here. I'm just waiting for the mutant gear to pop up in the store. You know, it's got to be a week or two before I get the gear, but I mean, it really makes sense, guys. I think Nemesis is one of the true underdogs of Dark Dimension, especially since his release. Everyone already saw his kit and knew that he was going to be a game changer. And the best part is, guys, is that, you know, he's also needed for the unlock of Big Apocalypse for gear tier 17 as the bare minimum, right? So we're going to be getting value already from utilizing him, bringing him up only from 17 to 18, being for Apocalypse, but as well, each and every one of his abilities just scales extremely and exceptionally well in Dark Dimension. So for example, his special, stealing 10% from each target and redistributing, bypassing heal blocks. So it doesn't even matter if our team has heal blocks. It's not going to matter. He's going to be transferring that over. And as well, he also does transfer positive effects from a non-summoned Archangel to himself. Obviously, the Archangel is not here, so this is not going to apply. But a lot of these buffs, unfortunately, do only apply for his Def C team. But that, you know, I love the fact that his special still steals that raw 10%. Very similar to his special ultimate. He's going to be attacking all enemies for percentage damage. On top of that, you know, tap in another 10% from each target and redistributing once again, bypassing the heal block as well. What's the kicker here is applying slow and bleed. And this is absolutely huge in Dark Dimension, guys. When you're trying to gain that turn meter advantage, we got Black Widow applying speed up. We got Nemesis applying the slow and the bleed. And then he's going to be getting energy back from Captain America. If Captain America falls, Captain Carter is going to bring him back. I mean, I'm just imagining the combinations right now. and it's absolutely just scary how good this team is going to be. So I'll keep you guys up to date, obviously. The passive here really only benefits Death Seed members, but I mean, the nice thing about this is you can lower the armor by 30% for all enemies with bleed, so that's good to have if need be. But I mean, otherwise, his special, his ultimate does cost quite a bit of energy, but like I said, I think the synergy of this team, having Apocalypse provide a supplementary heal, Captain America granting energy, defense up, Black Widow with the speed up, Captain Carter keeping our main tank alive. This is a very, very scary team, and I'm excited to get started, but I'll keep you guys updated. Remember, at the end of the day, I love the theory crafting aspect of Dark Dimension 6, but it's when you put all these pieces together, and then just seeing it come alive, right? And the best thing is that Nemesis is a mutant as well, so I mean, thankfully, we don't have too many mutants involved, especially in City. Potentially, I think it might just be Firestar. And then after that, it's going to be maybe Omega Red. So, I mean, thankfully, we haven't used too many mutants. Obviously, Apocalypse has costed the most, but like I said, guys, even if you only have a baby Apocalypse, highly, highly recommend. He's definitely been the MVP of Dark Dimension 6. So let me know what you guys think in comments below, if you agree or disagree, how you think this team is going to fare. But, I have high hopes, and I'm hoping for the best. I'll keep you guys up to date in the coming weeks here when I get started. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.